Hi everyone, I'm Becky Bros. The yin pose of the week is Reclined Swan or Reclined Pigeon pose. So we're going to work this hip opener to open up the hips, but as we open up the hips, you'll also notice that the low back starts to release. So let's come down to our mats and lay flat down on our back with the knees bent. So once you're down on your mat, take your left ankle and bring it across the right knee. Then take your left hand, weave it in between your legs, bringing the right hand behind the knee so that you can interlace your hands, and then relax the feet. You don't need to worry about flexing them in the yin version of this pose. And start to pull your right knee in towards your chest, and at the same time the left elbow is going to have a little gentle pressure to press the left knee away from you. So although this is a yin posture, so we want to keep the muscles relaxed, the arms are going to do some work here so that you can pull the right knee in, but let the legs, the hips, and the back completely relax, so don't engage the muscles at all. And so as you start to feel a mild tension or mild discomfort in the left hip, that lets you know that's the spot that we've targeted when we're starting to open. I want you to start to come into an easy breath, either breathing in and out the nose, or if it's easier, in the nose and then out the mouth. So if as you pay attention to your breath, you notice that it's a little labored, just release some of the pull that you have on the right knee so that the tension in your left hip is enough that you can keep the breathing nice and easy so that you're not holding on to it at all. And if as the left hip opens, that feeling of opening or tension or a stretch on the left side starts to dissipate, just pull the right knee in closer to your chest. So find your starting point and then stay there for 3 to 5 minutes, knowing that although we're trying to stay still, you're going to pull the right knee in over time as the left side opens. And then when you're done, you'll just bring your feet back down to the mat. And then we'll switch and take the other side. So you can stick with this version on your back. So you'll bring the right ankle across the left knee, threading the hands behind the left knee. Or some of you might like to bring the hands in front of the left shin and then start to pull the left knee into your chest. So always work to find your edge, that first place where you feel the opening in the outside of this right hip, and that it's a nice opening, it's not painful, you're not going so deep that you want to engage the muscles, but that you do feel something. So some of you will stick with that version, but I also want to show you how to take this to the wall. So if you rather take this pose at the wall instead of using your arms to pull the knee in, you'll come all the way down to your back, leave some distance between your tush and the wall. Both feet come up on the wall first, and then same as we did on the floor, you bring the left ankle or the right ankle, depending which leg you're starting in. We'll start with the left, over the right knee. And then the intensity of your foot against the wall is going to change how much you're opening the hip. So if you bring your ankle up right away and you already feel this in the left side, then you'll stay right there. So the hips can be a pretty tight place, so you might stay here for the whole 3 to 5 minutes. Or you might notice that after 2 minutes or so, the hip opens up. To increase the intensity when you're at the wall, you just walk your tush a little bit closer to the wall. If you get into this pose and right away you have difficulty bringing your ankle up across the knee because of the tightness in the hip, that this left thigh doesn't want to rotate out, then you just start a little bit further away from the wall. And then the arms can just rest here. So they can rest at your side, they can rest on your belly, and that right foot's just firmly planted at the wall the whole time. So once you're done with your version of Reclined Swan pose, you can come back down to the mat and then just take a few breaths, maybe even stay here for up to 5 minutes to take a short Shavasana. Just lying flat down on your back and feeling the energy that's now radiating through the hips So you might already feel some nice freedom in the hips, but also up the back and maybe even down the back of the legs. So just taking some time to really notice the work that you've done. So have fun playing around. You can either do the version on your back or find your spot at the wall. Namaste.